Hi, I'm Susan Beck.
And I'm Nina McVeigh.
And we're going to look at the BERNINA foot book, and the page we're going to talk about today is about gathering. Now this page is actually dedicated to foot 16, which is the gathering foot, but I'm going to show you 3 different ways to gather with 3 different presser feet. The first foot that we're going to use is the number 16 foot. This is the gathering foot, and it's a really simple way to gather soft fabrics or lightweight fabrics. For the first gathering technique, we're using foot number 16, and it simply gathers as you sew. All you have to do if you want to adjust the gathering is to increase your stitch length for more gathering. And this is great for soft fabrics or lightweight fabrics.
This would be great for children's sewing.
It would be, it's excellent. The second technique is one where we are stitching over cord, and this is a great gathering technique that uses foot 39. It works really well for drapery fabrics or heavier fabrics that you want to gather. And we're going to stitch over a cord using a zigzag stitch. Then you'll pull the cord up.
So your cord actually goes right through the center of the foot.
It does. This is a great foot for holding narrow cord. You could use pearl cotton, you could use gimp cord, whatever you have that will fit in that hole. Now I have a zigzag stitch that is wider than the cord because you do not want to sew into the cord. This is a really good technique for gathering heavier fabrics like drapery weight fabric, or lightweight corduroy. And now you simply want to clip your threads, but not the cord, and then you're going to gather by pulling the cord.
That gathers up very easily, doesn't it?
It does, and a great thing to do is to gather from each end so that you don't have to pull that cord for long distances. And then you can just adjust the gathers to be as full or as flat as you want. Then our last gathering technique actually uses the buttonhole foot, which is a little unusual, and it's another take on stitching over cord, but it's an extra strong way to gather. So if you have really heavy fabrics, if you're doing a bed skirt or heavy curtains, this would be a great way to ruffle. The stitch that I've selected is called a gathering stitch. On some machines it might be called a bridging stitch, but it basically goes from side to side. I'm going to lengthen it just a little bit.
So the foot is pulling the cord out in front of the stitching.
It's holding the cord separate so the stitching can go from side to side. You can see that it's pulling up in the back. Mm-hmm. You can kind of flatten that out while you're sewing, and then we will adjust the gathers as we, or after we stitch. This is a really, really good technique for heavy fabrics, and if you have the problem of pulling a gathering thread and pulling it out,
or breaking it,
this will solve that problem because the end is looped, so it will not pull out, and the cord is heavy and it's doubled, so it will be very strong. Okay, once you have it stitched, you can take it, you have to pull forward to get that loop off the toe of the foot, clip your threads, and now you can adjust this. You have a lot of cord here, so you can adjust it to be any fullness that you want.
I really like that technique. It's very even.
It is, and this is a great thing. If you were doing a ruffle like this, you would, before you started, you would finish each edge. You could sew a little ribbon down the center of it to cover that cord, and you wouldn't even have to worry about the cord showing.
Good idea.
I love my foot book. It's a project that you can find on the BERNINA USA website. If you like mixed media sewing and scrapbooking, you're going to love putting together these pages. They're filled with techniques that the BERNINA presser feet will do, and you get to practice all those techniques and build yourself a piece of art at the same time. For this and other great sewing techniques, visit your local BERNINA dealer today.